Hey everyone, Meteorologist Alden German and Ben Pine here in the Weather Center. We've been talking for a while now about this severe weather that we're expecting to be coming our way, and now we're just waiting for this next round to make its way into our area.
Yeah, and of course, round one this morning, we were tracking, put down a little tornado, EF1 in Chaplin, Kentucky, off in Nelson County, southeast of Louisville. Round two came through around midday, lunchtime, put down a real quick spin up in Georgetown, Indiana. This next round actually has a higher potential, some tornadic activity, and then all the other threats as well, damaging straight line winds, frequent lightning, large hail, potential of some localized flash flooding as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look outside, and we can see that the skies have finally turned a little bit cloudy, which is good, but we had a lot of sunshine for a prolonged period of time, which is not good because that just allows the atmosphere time to recover and then resupply that storm fuel, as we call it, and that's what those thunderstorms will feed off of. Taking a live look now at our Max HD radar, there's not really much happening in our immediate viewing area, but down to our south in Adair County, they do have a hefty little thunderstorm there. Not severe, but it is producing wind gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. If we take a broader view up to our north, as I drag us up there, we'll see a couple of heavy downpours entering Du Bois County at the moment. Lockhart, Indiana also has a healthy thunderstorm, but nothing along this immediate line is actually severe, which is good and honestly a little bit surprising to us at the moment, as we are anticipating seeing more of this severe weather to move in here within the next couple of hours for us. And we've, as Ben mentioned, had a couple of tornadoes earlier today, and that's going to be one of our going threats for later this afternoon. Let's show you the threats that we are facing here. Risk level 4 out of 5 for most of our WHAS 11 viewing area. The last time we had this much of our area experiencing that risk level so high was back in 2018. So it's been some time since we've seen this large of a threat across our area. And that's what we're going to be keeping our eyes on. Our main threats could be tornadoes, large hail will be a possibility, although thankfully we haven't had much in the way of hail problems so far. Damaging straight line winds, flash flooding has been mentioned, and frequent lightning. These have been some very electric storms that we've had so far today.
And, you know, we don't want to scare you, we don't want to frighten you, but we just want you to be ready, be prepared to seek shelter if a warning is issued. And thankfully, this isn't going to be a long, prolonged period of severe weather. These storms are going to be moving very quickly, so maybe just kind of a minor inconvenience to get to your place of shelter if a warning's issued. And we've got basically our entire storm team here watching it. Watching some of your comments here. We're just getting questions about, Sandra from Bardstown. We got Brad Harrison, Jennifer Clemens, Roger Fry, Lean Leak, Jennifer Clemens, Janet Danforth, Matthew says Tornado Tuesday, unfortunately, the day before the 50th anniversary of the April 3rd, 1974 outbreak. Taylor Hall, thanks for watching here today as well. Tara Bryant asking about Shelbyville. Shelbyville probably looking maybe around 7, 8 o'clock off to the east of Louisville. It looked like Louisville's kind of right in the middle, obviously, of the entire WHAS 11 viewing area. Kind of the six-ish time frame for Louisville, impacting some areas out to the west of Louisville by around 4 o'clock, it looks like.
And we can go ahead and take a look at that with our Futurecast as well, and we'll just go hour by hour through here to get an idea of what we can expect. Now, Futurecast is a little overactive for this initial frame here because we obviously don't have any thunderstorms over Louisville at the moment, but as we continue into the late afternoon, that's when we'll start to notice this line that I showed you earlier on radar pushing through. I think it's going to be a little bit slower than what we see here, so we can probably take that time in the top right corner and subtract an hour from it, and that's about the time that we expect it to be rolling through. So likely seeing this line pushing into the metro area between around 5 and 6 o'clock could gather a little bit of strength, as it has been fairly healthy already in terms of or rather it will have plenty of fuel with it to work with, so it could already be healthy, could get healthier because it has so much fuel that it can burn off with. And continuing through our region as we head into the early evening hours before finally exiting our southernmost county there in Adair County between 9 and 10 o'clock tonight. So that's the timing that we're looking at with this, and hopefully we don't see anything too significant, but again, that could be a possibility for us. all of that sunshine we had earlier does not work in our favor. And speaking of that sunshine, we can take another look at our visible satellite. That big black spot that you see right there between Louisville and Cincinnati, that's what moved directly over our viewing area. And that's not really the best thing for us because that's how storms are going to get their fuel. We call that recovery of the atmosphere.
Michelle is saying the sun's trying to come out here in Salem, Indiana. Kind of a mix of people that are watching right now, whether they're seeing clouds or sunshine outside. So I think a lot of them can relate.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the time we want sunshine. We're in spring now. Temperatures start to rise naturally already. But when it comes to an event like this, you don't want sunshine because that just allows the atmosphere, as I said, to recover, to resupply its fuel stocks, so to speak. And that's just more energy that those storms can have later on in the afternoon to work with. Here in the metro, we've seen those clouds move back in just a little bit, but there are still some breaks in the cloud cover. And our temperatures are near 80 degrees, and it's pretty humid outside as well. So this is almost a summer-like day, more so than a spring-like day for us. And that's what's going to help continue to set the stage for some of these thunderstorms later on this afternoon. We'll go back to our graphics here, and I'll show you another look at radar because, as mentioned, we don't have anything immediately in our viewing area, but a broader view shows we are tracking that line that's coming out of the northwest, or back to our west, moving almost due east right now. Those showers and storms are off in the direction of the northwest, however, but nothing on this current line is immediately severe. But look at this. We're already seeing some new redevelopment with some showers and downpours to our south, Grayson and Hart County. No lightning with those yet, but that could still change. And we're also seeing some new showers pop up there along the Ohio River near Meade County, Breckenridge County as well, around Hardinsburg, just a couple of light showers there as we get our new radar sweep going by. So we're getting an update, and we're seeing just a couple of taller storm or downpours developing now near Alton. So healthy little downpour there, but again, nothing that is severe at the moment. Let's talk about our watches and warnings because we don't have any watches for Metro Louisville or most of our viewing area, but to our south we do. Hart, Taylor, Adair, and Greene counties all have a tornado watch that technically goes until 4 p.m. We'll probably see that expanded is my guess on that.
And that actually was just posted into chat here, Alden. Looks like that it's likely that we see that tornado watch move downstream into parts of central Kentucky, southern Indiana, and of course southwestern Ohio. So we'll continue to monitor that, but it looks like that will probably be coming out here shortly.
All right, if you couldn't hear Christina, she was saying that the tornado watch is likely going to be expanded and include the rest of our viewing area up to southwest Ohio. So we're just waiting for that. Probably we'll see that coming out here within the next 30 minutes or so. But in the meantime, we currently don't have a watch, but you should just act as if there is a tornado watch now in effect for our region. As for places where you should be going, you want to have a basement would be the best place to go if you're at home especially. But if you happen to be at work and there's a tornado warning, get down to the lowest level of whatever building you're in, away from those outside walls and windows. An interior closet, an interior bathroom are also good places to be if you don't have a basement or if you're at work. You know, if there is a confirmed tornado, bring some blankets that you can throw over your head, and you can also start to see, you can also get a bicycle helmet too. Christina just pointed out something to me as I take you back here to our graphics, but back to our west, they have put out the first tornado warning of this afternoon. This includes Evansville. So that's a tornado warning for Evansville. That tornado warning goes until 3 p.m. Central Time. They're an hour behind us out there, and you can make out that little classic notch feature.
Yeah, and the Storm Prediction Center, Alden, and just put out a mesoscale discussion. So they're saying probably before 4 o'clock we'll have that tornado watch expanded to the east, as Christina was just mentioning. So things are ramping up as you're showing here out towards the west, towards Evansville. And that just shows you in Evansville, if you want to go back to the radar, just how quickly these things can ramp up. Now, we had a couple quick spin-up tornadoes earlier today. There's a chance that these tornadoes that move through late this afternoon into the early evening could be a bit on the stronger side if we get these supercells going. Unfortunately, we've had the sunshine out there and the increasing instability, the fuel for these storms. So we've got a lot of ingredients for the potential of an outbreak of severe weather. We certainly hope it doesn't happen. We always love a storm dodge. But it looks like we just need to be on our toes here, be on guard through about 8, 9 o'clock this evening.
And something else we're looking at that has been happening even without any of the storms are the winds. We've had ambient wind speeds up to 40 and 50 miles per hour. That's what you're looking at back there. We've had even just some gusty plain rain showers with no lightning that have had those winds gusting up to 40 to 50 miles per hour.
Speaking of the winds, after the severe weather threat's over, it's going to be wet, windy, and cold tomorrow, Thursday, possibly into Friday, and in fact, we might even see some snow showers tomorrow night. So just a really wacky way to start the month of April, and just want you to stay alert for the rest of today.
And you touched on this earlier. It's just kind of ironic how this is all happening the day before the 50th anniversary of the 1974 super outbreak. Now, thankfully, we aren't looking at a scenario quite like that, but still to have tornadoes almost 50 years to the day later is bizarre.
Yeah, and it's not often we get 3 rounds of potential severe weather. So we had the morning, the midday. We were hoping the midday would really mix up the atmosphere, maybe provide a lot of cloud cover, but we've had this big area of sunshine break out to the west that right now looks like starting to fuel some of these supercells.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll go back to radar really quick and look at that Evansville tornado warning. No confirmed tornado with this, but just something we're going to be watching here as we see another healthy thunderstorm develop in Du Bois County, just to the west there of Jasper. Also looking at this cell near Alton that's trying to get its act together too, just to the south of Leavenworth. But we currently do not have any warnings in our viewing area, which is the good news. But as we look down to our south, this is where we see more redevelopment in Hart County, Bonneville down to Munfordville there along I-65, southern Grayson County seeing some healthy downpours. And then in Adair County, Columbia, Glens Fork, you're seeing a little thunderstorm at the moment that's not severe, but still producing showers and gusty winds up to that 40 to 50 mile per hour mark. So as that line continues to push eastward, that's when we could continue to see it entering that really healthy environment that has enough fuel for those storms to work with. And they're moving pretty quickly too.
Yeah, watch out, Jasper, Du Bois County. It always seems like you guys are first out there. Ferdinand, areas west of Louisville down 64. That thing is trucking along pretty quickly. New severe thunderstorm popping there northwest of Bedford. So these things are ramping up. Yeah,
we're starting to get a little bit more active now. So it looks like we're just at the beginning of what could be a long afternoon and evening for us. So something we're going to be watching very closely here. But in the meantime, we still don't have any watches, but we will almost certainly have a tornado watch issued within the next 30 minutes. We'll probably see that come out by around 4 o'clock, I would say, Ben.
Yeah, and speaking of 4 o'clock, we got the news coming up, so we're going to wrap this up and be prepared to go basically what we call wall-to-wall, just continuous coverage of severe weather warnings as they're starting to pop up out to the west. So we're going to be watching this very closely, and we're going to be obviously on WHS 11 News for our 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock news, so stay with us.